Welcome back. You're watching Network Africa, coming to you live on Channels Television from Lagos, Nigeria. You can get all our top stories on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Please log on to m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device from wherever you are in the world. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. Now, as Africa, at least 30 people, including a UN peacekeeper, have been killed in clashes between the army, UN troops, and Ugandan rebels in DR Congo. Local activists say at least 500 civilians have been killed in the area since October 2014, mostly in overnight raids by rebels carried in that area. According to the Center of Study for the Promotion of Peace, Democracy and Human Rights, a group that documents violence in the North Kivu province, the clashes broke out in the town of Irigeti, 55 kilometers north of the regional hub of Beni, when ADF rebels attacked a military headquarters. The army and UN forces have resumed cooperation against the ADF, a group led by Islamist radicals that has operated on the Congolese side of the border since the 1990s. As Africa continues to witness the devastating effects of climate change, as we have seen in Ethiopia, South Africa, South Sudan, to mention a few, the World Bank Group has unveiled a new plan that calls for $16 billion in funding to help African people and countries adapt to climate change and build up the continent's resilience to climate shocks. The plan shows that the African region requires $5 to $10 billion per year to prepare for global warming of 2 degrees Celsius. That's an amount that could rise to $20 billion to $50 billion by mid-century. The Africa Climate Business Plan lays out investments to make the continent's people, land, water, and cities more resilient to droughts, floods, storms, and rising seas, and also help increase access to green energy and strengthen early warning systems.
The World Bank aims to drive more funding into efforts to help African countries withstand climate change impacts and boost their clean energy production through a $16 billion plan. The Africa Climate Business Plan lays out investments to make the continent's people, land, water, and cities more resistant to droughts, floods, storms, and rising seas, increase access to green energy, and strengthen early warning systems.
The plan is ambitious. This plan will have to reverse with the way we do business. So far, around $3 billion investment are done for adaptation to climate change in Africa. We believe we have to go to an investment program of around $16 billion for the next few years to be able to address this issue more seriously.
The plan outlines measures for fast-tracking adaptation to climate change, costing almost $10.7 billion from 2016 to 2020. They include helping some 10 million farmers adopt resource-efficient techniques and hardier crop varieties, improving water management in the Niger, Lake Chad and Zambezi basins, reducing coastal erosion, strengthening flood protection, and restoring degraded land and forests. The plan warns that unless decisive action is taken, climate variability and change could seriously jeopardize Africa's hard-won development gains and its aspirations for further growth and poverty reduction. And it comes in the wake of bank analysis which indicates climate change could push up to 43 million more Africans into poverty by 2030.
Specifically in Africa, we try to do 3 things. We try to strengthen resilience, to power resilience, and to enable resilience. And we mean by that it will be an opportunity to move to a growth path which is based on smart agriculture, on a climate resilient landscape, on forest management, on coastal zone management, and to support ocean economies. We try also to power resilience. As you all know, Africa is facing a huge shortage of electricity and energy. The programs that we're trying to put forward will be a program that will be supporting renewable energy, solar power, geothermal and hydropower. And that these are resources that Africa has in abundance.
The plan also identifies longer-term outcomes that could be achieved by 2026 at an estimated cost of $21.3 billion.
South Africa is set to host Chinese President Xi Jinping and some leaders in Africa at a summit in Johannesburg come December the 2nd through to the 3rd this year. Well, during the summit, some African countries are expected to seek to renegotiate repayment of existing debts to China as a way of helping their economies hit by lower crude and commodity prices. Those countries are also expected to seek more Chinese investment in factories manufacturing goods for export, in addition to roads and railways, in a bid to boost their trade partnership with China. While experts are confidently expecting China to push ahead with new loan and trade proposals for the continent, despite its own slowing economy. China is Africa's largest trading partner, and the trade volume between them amounted to $220 billion in 2014, according to experts. Let's take a break on Network Africa. When we come back, counting is underway. Burkina Faso elections will bring you the latest from Ouagadougou.